Is there anything about this waterfront development plan that the critics can look at and say, well, this might work?
No.
Community TV honors and acknowledges that we create video content on Treaty 7, Treaty 4 territories, traditional lands of the Siksika, Kainai, Piikani, Stoney Nakoda, Tsuut'ina, Cree, Sioux, and Saltino bands of the Ojibwe peoples. We also acknowledge that we are on Métis Nation Region 3. This content is created with the help of fans and local businesses that sponsor the content. Sponsors don't necessarily endorse all of the content, they support your access to relevant news and stories.
I'm Ian Parkinson, and I'm with the United Services Institute of Medicine Hat. The then Mayor Ted Clugston approved the whole waterfront or riverfront project for I forget how many hundreds of millions of dollars. And I happened to notice on one of their artist's impressions that they'd stuck a retail building in the southwest corner of the park. And I immediately just personally went, this is not going to happen. This is not appropriate. There's one article in the, I believe, 1901 Medicine Hat News reporting on the then town trustees asking Mr. Cousins to please move his wagon off of the Esplanade, which is this park. You spin forward 100 years, Ted Grimm is now the mayor. He wants the new provincial archives building built on top of this park. That's why it's called the Esplanade. There was a huge outcry, and I've talked to some of them, a couple of them are still alive. That was part of my history. And there was such a huge outcry and a pushback by the city that's why they moved them up the hill where the old Canada Post sorting station used to be. Huh? So it's not the first time some developer has tried had their eye on this. Yeah. I mean, it's a smaller version of Central Park in downtown Medicine Hat. And Central Park in New York is worth billions to a developer.
Quick shout out to the sponsors like 24/7 Rideshare. Download the app, you can get a ride. It's just like Uber in Medicine Hat. Our local Gas King. Earn and save 6 cents per liter with your King card. The fabulous and wonderful Cliff Restaurant in the beautiful Clarion Point Hotel.
Well, there's an emotional involvement tied up in the whole cenotaph. I mean, it's been here now for 2 world wars, plus Korea, plus Afghanistan. So there's an emotional attachment, and it's a memorial within the city that's been here since 1922. It was paid for by private donations. The city donated the land back in 1920. But this cenotaph has been in this location for the last 100 years. And the problem we have is it's not so much the cenotaph, is what the city wants to do to the park. And the entrance corner there on the southwest corner, they want to put in 2 retail buildings. And then they want to move the cenotaph. They want to remove the fountain. They want to remove the flood mural. They want to remove the poppy garden. I don't think that should happen.
The
city administration, fronted by Invest Medicine Hat, as part of this multi-billion-dollar waterfront project that's going to stretch from the provincial courts all the way through to an athletic park. They're going to dig out a river road here and put a stop to that, make it what they refer to laughingly as an adventure park, and then they want to put steps down into the river as a waterfront park. It's the South Saskatchewan River. In August, right, you'd be lucky if you get your feet wet. Okay, but the cenotaph was consecrated in 1922 by Reverend D.A. Richard. It was unveiled by Brigadier General Bell, and it's been here for 100 years, and it should stay exactly where it is. If they attempt to move this after 100 years and damage it, you can't replace it. The gentleman that built this, D.G. Harp, has 2 others that are very similar in Nanton. I forget what the third one is. agree with this whole, well, we're in the future, we need to put retail here to bring part-time minimum wage jobs into Medicine Hat. This is a park. We're supposed to be green and hugging trees. Okay, fine. Leave the grass and leave the cenotaph where it is. There's names on there of people who gave their lives to ensure that we would have the freedom to speak our minds. And I'm speaking my mind. This cenotaph has to stay. And I'm not alone. Between the Royal United Services Institute of Medicine Hat, the Legion, the South Alberta Light Horse, the Regimental Association of the South Alberta Light Horse, every retired RCMP, law enforcement or retired military or serving military have an emotional tie to this cenotaph, and we want it left exactly where it stands.
I buy my pet food from Rob at Animal World. 616 has virtual reality and axe throwing and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. 616 Entertainment in downtown Medicine Hat. iFix Technology repairs phones, tablets, computers, and anything tech with precision soldering and 2 lifetimes of tech knowledge. iFix can manage all of your office IT needs. Call iFix at 403-526-6810.
How many millions of dollars has the city spent on Finley Bridge to make it traffic worthy? Now all of a sudden, oh, we're going to make it a pedestrian bridge. And they want to put retail buildings in the corner of this park. You've got the downtown. We're paying another $250,000, which is the third or fourth one now we're up to $1 million to redevelop and revitalize and liven the downtown core. And instead of filling the empty buildings, they're going to build new ones. It doesn't make sense. They're spending our city money building something people in the city don't want. So leave it alone. Leave us with the park we have, right? Leave our cenotaph where it is. Leave the trees, leave the park where it is. It's a haven in a downtown core.
Truckers, 24/7 restaurant next to the gas station on the right-hand side of the number 1 highway as you come into Medicine Hat from Redcliffe. Truckers is a home-cooked meal and a very popular stop for cross-country truckers. Check Skip the Dishes for truckers tonight. Do you need a lawyer? Call 403-527-3030, the law office of Yarshenko and Heidinger. If you've been charged with a criminal or regulatory offense, the law office of Yarshenko and Heidinger has experience, skill, and the demonstrated track record to professionally and ably guide you through the legal process. If you've been charged with a criminal offense, the law office of Yarshenko and Heidinger wants to represent you. Call for a consultation, 403-527-3030. That's 403-527-3030. Call my lawyer, 403-527-3030. Community TV is only possible with fan subscriptions from fans like you and sponsorships from local businesses. Sponsoring this community TV content is a great way to show community engagement and an inexpensive way to advertise your brand. Thank you very much for watching Community TV. Right now, until the end of the year, I'm having a big push for fan subscriptions on the Facebook page. If we reach 500 fan subscribers, I will make a $1,000 donation to the charity of your choosing. We have 15,000 followers now, so that's only 3.4%. Just buy me coffee once a month, and we can improve the quality and delivery of local stories. As a fan subscriber to Community TV, you'll also receive exclusive content, access to live videos, and entries into the 15,000 fan giveaway, which is going to include lots of great local prizes.